Question number 4, Todd Barclay.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Minister for Tertiary Education, Skills and Employment, and asks, what progress is the government making in ensuring overseas-based New Zealanders meet their obligation to repay their student loans?
The Honourable Stephen Joyce.
Mr Speaker, very good progress. Since 2010, the government has run an initiative to ensure overseas-based borrowers repay their loans, and that initiative is on track to reach its current target of lifting payments by overseas-based borrowers by $100 million a year. Following a high-profile event in January, repayments by those borrowers have increased by 31% over the same period last year, with an additional 20,000 repayments made. It's just a pity that it took the first arrest at the border to achieve that spike in activity. Overall, overseas-based borrowers repaid $184.7 million in the last financial year. To the end of February this year, it's already reached $134 million.
Supplementary question.
Supplementary question, Todd Barclay.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. Why is it important that overseas-based borrowers meet their obligations?
The Honourable Stephen Joyce.
Mr Speaker, it's important that overseas-based borrowers meet their obligations to taxpayers who have supported their tertiary study so that we can provide the same support for the next generation of students. Just because a borrower is overseas, it doesn't mean their loan will go away while they're not here. Unfortunately, too many have taken that view. It's also important for the overseas-based borrowers themselves to get their loans paid off faster and minimise the interest payments and penalties.
Supplementary question.
Supplementary question, Todd Barclay.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. What measures are used to ensure overseas-based borrowers meet their repayment obligations?
The Honourable Stephen Joyce.
Well, Mr Speaker, prior to the current government starting the current overseas-based borrower initiative, overseas-based debt was in the too hard basket or worse. We still have a long way to go to get overseas borrowers fully up to speed, but we've brought in fixed repayment obligations and higher repayment thresholds. We've put in place ongoing information sharing agreements between Inland Revenue and Internal Affairs to collect details from passport applications. We've introduced the border arrest system for the most non-compliant borrowers, and from July this year we'll have an information sharing agreement with the Australian Tax Office to share information on student loan borrowers living in Australia without Inland Revenue. With the majority of overseas-based borrowers living in Australia, this new agreement will be a significant step forward and help us collect more than nearly $1 billion worth of overdue debt.
Question number 5.